Om Sadashivasamaramabham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yada Vidya Vilasena Bhuta Bhautika Srishtaya Tam Naumi Paramatmanam Sachidananda Vigraham. Okay, any questions, clarifications before we go ahead? Pretty simple last time, but whatever, yeah. This class in a way is a continuation of that, okay? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Aim of Vedanta. Okay. Now he is talking about the primary means for self-knowledge. Okay. So there he is calling Tacha Jnanam Papakshayat. It's a very important point here. You know? This knowledge will happen only when some of your papas are gone. When he says papas are gone, there are two ways of looking at papas. One, externally in terms of karma phala. Okay. Second, internally in terms of what it has left in your mind. The impressions it has left in your mind. Yeah. You have been aggressive and violent towards people. That's your behavior. Papa karma, bashing up people when not necessary. Then that samskara will be there of anger and aggression. Even though you stop doing that action, that samskara has to, that's also papa karma. Okay? In the sense, the residual of the papa. Karma phalam it is. Not direct phalam in terms of what you get as a result, but samskara wise. The Buddhists only consider this. They don't bother about the external. We consider both. The karmata considers only the external. But as a student of Vedanta, you need to consider both. Because your samskaras are also important. So papakshaya means that. Okay, how will you take care of that? He gives us this thing. He says, such a karma anushthanadini paramparyam karmanam vinoyogaha. How will papa go? Both external and internal. External, you need to do some karma. You have done wrong to people. Physical karma, religious karma, both. Worldly karma, laukikam. Laukika karma you need to do because certain things wrong you have done, correct it. Vedika karma, religious karma also because, a lot of things you can't set right. So take care of it like this. Okay. And that bhakti will take care of your internal aggression, etc. It will be channelized nicely into proper areas, not unnecessary areas. Is aggression, etc. necessary? I think that's bad. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Tell that to the Bangladeshi Hindus. But one thing I am very glad to see there. In India, if something like that happens, people keep quiet. I mean, someone like Bajrang Dal and Shiv Sena of old would respond to that. But others will keep quiet. Here, they are having protests and things like that. Wow, in a difficult situation like that, you are protesting. Good to see. And they are forming committees to protect temples, etc., which includes the Muslims also. Good to see that, very good to see that. Anyway, that apart. So, there are cases where aggressiveness is necessary. Yeah, generally your behavior is assertive, true. Yeah. So, all the aggression, etc., because of your bhakti, etc., will get channelized nicely. Therefore, papakshaya, karma anushtani. Then, of course, karma yoga, with all karmas done with karma yoga, buddhi, etc., naturally that growth will be there for you to gain that knowledge. Your papa may not be directly connected to your knowledge, but the papa may put obstacles in your way. Obstacles in your way. Yeah. And that obstacle may come very nicely also, you know. You want to come to a class, but relatives have landed up to stay with you for 2 days. It's a nice thing, relatives came with you, it's a good thing. But class nahi ja sakta. Yeah. Yeah, that also can happen. No? So, a good thing can also be a problem. Yeah. General body meeting happens, society ka. That is Papa only. Nothing happens, just waste of time. Total waste of time. Papa. Yeah. Actually, general body should be over in 15-20 minutes. Ho gaya. But no, it go on and on and on and on. 2 घंटा जाएगा. Anyway, those things apart. So, for that, yeah, Indian naval ship came all the way to UK for Gita class yesterday. Yeah, good thing. You're getting an invitation to go on a naval ship. That's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, that's the closest civilians will come to know what the Navy is about. Yeah. And especially Karthik's case, his father was a Commodore. So naturally, you like to go and see under what conditions he served. Yeah, naturally. Yeah. So it can come in. Your punya can also be a problem sometimes. Okay. Yeah. This is punya karma, but punya also can be a problem. So like this, lot of things will come up. So you need, that's why you need, always needs God's grace to come to Vedanta. Without that, it won't happen. Yeah. God's grace necessary. And God's grace is karma phala only. It's a graceful way of saying it, that's all. Grace is a graceful saying, karma phala, because I don't know what karma got me this phala. Therefore, that's why always Vedanta is presented with some bhakti, etc. Because that karma gets you ready. Papakshayam will happen. And that's an important thing, which sometimes Vedanta teachers don't highlight that part. Okay. Yeah. I know one teacher who has taken sannyasa from Puja Swamiji. He says going to temple, etc. not necessary, even if you are in an ashram setup. Pathetic. Pathetic. Yeah. After a certain stage may not be necessary. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah. Or the New Age teachers like Muji, etc., they don't bring Bhakti Ishvara into it. So their inquiry stops with Tvampada. It doesn't go into Tatpada also. Yeah. Only Tvampada Lakshana they will go into. They don't go more than that. Okay. Many Buddhistic writings are like that. Okay. Only Tvampada. I hope you all understand when I use Tvampada, Tatpada. I don't have to elaborate that. Okay. Yeah. You are studying Vedanta Paribhasa. So, okay. So they don't go into Tat, Ishvara, etc. They don't go into. But that's necessary. For Sarvatma Bhava, etc., Ishvara needs to be brought in. And Papakshayam, okay. कोई प्रमाण है इसके लिए? Is there any pramana for this? Or are you just saying because you have a karmata background and then you have to bring in karma through the back door? No, no, there is proof for Ateva tametam vedan anuvachanena brahmana vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashanekena ityadi shruti. He's quoting the shruti for Brihadaranyaka shruti. Tam etam veda anuvachanena. By the anuvachanam of the Veda, by the statement of the Veda, what is that? Brahmanaha vividishanti. The Brahmana, Sattvic people, vividishanti, vetumichanti. They desire to know. Yajnena, danena, tapasa, anashakena. Without asha. Okay, atar asha meaning Ishwararpana buddhi, prasada buddhi. Okay, karma yoga buddhya. Yajnena, danena, tapasa. अरे if you want to know, learn ना, यज्ञ दान तपस करना, क्यों करने का? To get a good teacher, to get the right teacher. Even in those days, there were charvakas around even that time. Charvakas, Naiyayikas, etc. were there that time. Therefore, to get a sampradaya with teacher, to put you on the track, to have no obstacles to my study, etc. And when you are living like a brahmachari or a sadhu, etc., sustenance milna chahiye. Food, clothing, shelter should be available. All that requires grace, because you are not doing anything for it. It has to come to you. Yeah. So, all grace. Therefore, yajnena, danena, tapasa, anashakena, ityadi shrutihi. Kashaye karma bihi paktve tatha jnanam pravartate. All your kashayas are ragadvesha, etc. you are carrying inside. Other samskaras you are carrying inside. Paktva, when they have been cooked nicely. They have been cooked nicely, meaning burnt away. Then, jnanam pravartate. Jnanena pravartate. Naturally, your inclination toward knowledge also will come into it. Hey, been there, done that. अभी क्या है? नहीं. Like how the negative can be a conditioning, the positive can also be a conditioning. Be careful of that, okay? Yeah. Because any karma, I never fail to emphasize this, any karma has a way of sucking you in. Take a simple thing. Arey yaar, society, the poor secretary is struggling. I'll give him a helping hand. So I told him, hey, 1 hour a week I'll help you. So there's a lot of things to be done. So 1 hour a week, then finally you ending up, you're doing half the job of the secretary. क्या मैं किधर फंस गया? Worldly karma. Religious karma is also the same. Sir, okay, थोड़ा chanting करेगा, japa करेगा. Then, but I need to invoke this devata also. So 1 more japa. Then some chanting. Then some puja. Where does it end? Where does it end? Every day, morning, evening, 1 hour, elaborate puja, special occasions, special puja, pradosha puja in the temple, Paurnami and Amavasya puja again in the temple. Then Pratibhada Ashtami, how can you know that also? Ekadashi fast. Where will you stop? How far? How far? Where will you go? Yeah. How far? किधर तक जाएगा? Learn to draw the line somewhere. Yeah. Learn to draw the line somewhere. Yeah. Do what you need. Don't look at the other person and say, "Arey, that person is doing so much, I am doing so little." Yeah. Yeah, don't. Each one is different. Each one's needs are different. So do accordingly. Okay. Yeah. Be sure it is your need, not your conditioning. That's also important. Okay. Because karma has a way of sucking you in. Yeah. It has a way of sucking you in. Okay. Ityadi shrutehe. Ityadi smritischa sangacchate. All right. So by this he says, this is the pramanam for knowing that a certain papakshaya has to happen. Therefore, karma also has a role to play in gaining knowledge. Remote, but it has a role to play. Okay. Sarvato akhilam karma jnane parisamapyate. Gitayam. In the Gita, it is sarvam karma jnane parisamapyate. All karma is supposed to end up in knowledge. Supposed to end up in knowledge. How will it end up in knowledge? You make sure that your pursuit is knowledge. And whatever you are doing is to take care of this knowledge. All that you are doing is for this sake. You are not coming to Vedanta to be a karmata. You are a Vedantin using karma for your this. This you have to be very clear. Yeah. Otherwise, in this Indianness can become endless. Like the other day, I wrote my articulate. What's an articulate? Like a small version. Okay. Yeah. I feel like cracking some sick jokes, but I'm avoiding. What is an omelette? Little home. So, AM and PM. It's floating around in the social media. What is AM? Anti-meridian, PM, post-meridian. Meridian is the center point. This is AM, PM, internationally acknowledged, accepted. No, this has been borrowed and taken from India. Arohanam Martandasya. Okay, that fits in Arohanam. Patanam Martandasya, PM. If you use Arohanam, you have to use Avarohanam. Not Patanam. Patanam is free fall. The sun movement is not free fall. Someone falls down, you will say Patanam. You will use Arohanam, climbing, Avarohanam, coming down. There is no Arohanam and Patanam Martandasya. But this is like, trying to make everything Indian. Stop all that. Stop all that nonsense. Certain things are not from here. Accept that. Why should we be blamed for everything? Saying everything is from India. No. Everything is not from here. Yeah, certain ideas have been borrowed, that is a fact. So restrict yourself to that. Yeah. Similarly in this, okay, karma, etc., be careful. You are, for knowledge, you are doing that karma necessary to take care of your this. Two things necessary, one papakshaya, one invoking that bhakti out of yourself. So whatever is necessary for that, you will do. Yeah. It can happen in 100 different ways. Yeah. All right. Okay. Then he says, now he is going the other way, like meaning starting from karma and coming to knowledge. Okay. So karma for taking care of here, and then with that mind you come to knowledge. Then what do? Evam Shravana Manana Nididhyasanani api Jnana Sadhanani. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Primary sadhana for moksha, for jnanam, for getting knowledge. Maitreyi Brahmane, in Vedanta it is said what? Atmavare drashtavyaha. Shrotavya, mantavya, nididhyasitavya. This is a vakya. Okay. Darshanam anudhya. Okay. Atmavare drashtavya, first statement. You must see yourself. I thought you said Atma cannot be seen. So क्या करने का उसके लिए? Atma darshanam, how will I have? He says, Shrotavyaha, listen. Mantavyaha, do mananam. Nididhyasitavyaha, contemplate on it. Iti Shravana Manana Nididhyasananam Vidhanat. Therefore, there is a vidhana, it's a presentation. That these are what will give you knowledge. Now, he is following the Bhamati school. Okay, keep that in mind. Here, following the Bhamati school. We don't negate Shravanam Nididhyasana, but the presentation here is from the Bhamati school. That you need Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Okay, theek hai, accepted. That much is accepted, no problems. Then he is clarifying. Shravanam Nama Vedantanam Advitiya Brahmani Tatparya Avadharana Anukula Manasi Kriya. What is Shravanam? Manasi Kriya, a mental activity. For what? Vedantanam Advitiya Brahmani Tatparyam. The Tatparya of all of Vedanta, all the Upanishads, Gita, etc., is in Advitiya Brahmani. Tatparya Avadhana, thus Anukula. In keeping with that, your mental activity. Because Shravanam is mental. No? Listening is hearing, maybe physical. But that thing has to work in your mind. So it works in your mind by Shadlinga Vichara. Yaad hai? Shadlinga kya hai? What are they? Purva para, one, beginning and ending. Then?
It should not be a straight statement.
Huh? It should be?
Not a straight statement.
It should not be a stray statement. Therefore, abhyasa should be there, repetition should be there. Okay. Then? Uniqueness. What is gained by this cannot be gained by anything else. 3 over. Then 6 hai. Only 3 is done. Huh? Huh? No. Vishwarupa is from this thing. Upavatti. There should be examples. Examples meaning logic. Yeah. There should be logic in it. Yeah. Then? 2 baki hai. Phalam. It should have a result. All the vichara for what? 1 is missed out. What is missed out? Huh? Arthavada, correct? Praise or criticism to highlight the importance of things. A story to illustrate. Okay? A joke to illustrate. All this Arthavada. Okay? Yeah, all this Arthavada. So by all this, you come to the idea. Now, okay, when you are listening, you may not listen to all this. The teacher does it like that. Okay? The teacher presents it like that. With keeping all this in mind. Okay? So either all of them will be there or some of them will be there depending on the context. Okay? So for Shadlinga Vicharai, Tatparya Nishchaya. What is the Tatparya Nishchaya? Advaitam Satyam. Yeah. Aham Brahmasmi iti. That the Tatparya of the whole Shastra is in non-duality. Anything short is not enough. This is what the whole Tatparya is on. Important to see that. Okay. Some people will come to Vedanta and say, no, but I think this is better, that is better. It is not exactly like that. Papakshaya has not happened. That's all it means. That's all it means. Yeah. You're coming to traditional learning, but then not getting the point means what? Papakshaya has not happened, or thoda aur ragadne ka hai. Little bit more struggle is necessary. We all have struggled with the understanding, and that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes good to get exposed to a lot of wrong thing and then come to the proper thing. You know? That's also good. Yeah. Then you value it more. Yeah. Then you value it more. Yeah. ऐसा भी होता है. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then Mananam Nama Shabda Avadharita Arthe. Shabda Avadharita Arthe. The artha that you gain from the Shabda in Shravanam. Manana. Okay. Arthe. Manantara Virodha Shankayam. Tan Nirakarana Anukula Tarka Atma Jnanako. Yo Manasa Vyapara. Manam is also Manasa Vyapara. But what is it? Avadharita Artha. What you understood in Shravanam. There may be some apparent division or differences with Manantaram. Some other Pramana may say something else. How can it be one when I am seeing all plurality? How can Advaita be the reality? All I am seeing is plurality. All my experience is like this. How is it only knowledge? My problem is experiential. So all these type of doubts can come, or you read something, or you heard a non-sampradaya with teacher. Doubts can come up. So he says, Manantara Virodha Shankaya. All the doubts that come up with this, Tan Nirakarana, negating all that. Tan Nirakarana, Anukula tarka atma anukula tarkatmakaha. Tarka, logic, in keeping with the Shastra. Remember, why logic? Because it's not a belief system. I believe in the Shastra. Okay, fine. No, Shastra is saying, I'm Brahmasmi, I must be Brahma. That's a belief. We don't want believers. We want people who understand. Therefore, understanding in a human mind requires some logic. Because the doubt is coming through logic. No? So the answer also has to be in logic. Tan nirakarana anukula tarka atmaka jnana janakaha manasa vyapara. Now what does this do? Frees your mind from the doubts that you had. You know, some books in English say Shravanam, listening, and Mananam, reflection. So you will reflect on the Atma. What are you going to reflect on? No, think about what you heard. All right, I will think. क्या सोचेंगे? No, think I'll go through my notes. I will listen to the video once again. अपना टाइम में सब नोट्स ही था. Okay, that is still Shravanam. You have to challenge your understanding, no? It's all very clear, there is no challenge. I'll give you a challenge. That Purva Paksha Siddhanta style of writing itself is Mananatmakam. When someone asks a doubt, then others also feel, हाँ रे मेरा ही doubt था ये. What happened? Then why didn't you ask? Oh, मन में नहीं आया. It didn't come in my mind. Or you get lazy. He will ask the questions anyway. That's all. You all will dump it on someone to ask. And that person is happy to ask. Why? He is getting clarity. He is thinking about it. If you don't think about it, how will you get doubts? It's only when you think you will get doubts. Therefore, Mananatmakam is important. Manasa Vyaparaha. Okay, fine. Then what? Nitidhyasanam namaha anadi durvasana vishya krishya manasya chittasya vishyebyah apakrishya atma vishya aikya anukula manasa vakara. What is nididhyasanam? Anadi vasanas. From beginningless time onwards, I am having a lot of samskaras. बहुत कुछ किया. It's like one of my friend's kid sister was getting married. That time I was in Rishikesh. So I said, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to come for your marriage. Marriage was in Bombay. So come to Rishikesh after that. No? I said, no, I don't want to go to my honeymoon on Rishikesh. Why? Then later on, if I go for meditation to Rishikesh, I will be thinking of honeymoon only. Barabar hai, she's got a point. Why all the vasanas are there, na? Kya rangeen jawani tha, ek raja aur ek rani tha. I mean, come on, how many experiences you have gone through in life? All those you remember, no? In fact, modern psychology says that you create good experiences in life. So even if the person is not with you, all the memories will sustain you. Narayana. Modern psychology. Okay. There is a point in it. But we say, forget all that, sustain yourself with the knowledge of the truth. That's the biggest sustainer of it all. But like this, ऋषिकेश में बैठा है, भिक्षा लेके दाल रोटी खा के जीता हूँ. अरे यार, पागल हो गया क्या? You sitting for meditation? क्या यार अभी this दाल रोटी दाल only I am sitting, and then you go for meditation. अरे एक नाइस पास्ता खाता तो क्या मजा आता. अभी now that is also available in Rishikesh. अभी ऋषिकेश में नहीं, ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा उत्तरकाशी में. Because of all this yoga camps, Rishikesh has become yoga center. And because of yoga center, foreigners come. Because foreigners come, restaurants are having pasta, etc. All of Lakshman Jula, that side is full of those only. Our side is still okay. But those days also there was. I told you, my friend, थोड़ा सा जाके समोसा खाएगा. Small things. So all these samskaras have clouded your mind up. You can't avoid it because you've gone through life. You lived a full life and gained a lot of experiences, learned from those experiences and come to Vedanta. Correct? That's a sensible way of doing it. Yeah. But then, all these experiences leave samskaras inside. Ye kya karega abhi? Don't say it doesn't leave samskaras inside. It leaves. No, Swamiji, I went through all the experiences of life without any samskaras. That means no learning also happened. If you went through without any samskaras, no learning has also happened. Yeah, that's how it is. Because learning also is like a form of samskara only. So if there has been no samskara, there has been no learning also. It's like one of my batchmates told me. I worked for 8 years in New York before I joined the ashram. I said, wow, you must have had a lot of good cultural exposure. New York is a place for, on one side you'll get politics, this side, other side you'll get theatre, art, museums. Oh, what great exposure you had. No. I used to just go to my work, study group. Oh, that's all. The 8 years waste kiya. God gave you a chance to mature out with international experience. What have you done with that? And true enough, you are struggling in the ashram after that. I don't want to mention names. Well-known person. He is struggling in the ashram to study. Even now he struggles. Though others don't see it. Others see him as a great Mahatma. We see. We are. Yeah. So, the samskara, the same thing that brought you to Vedanta, also leaves this residue in it. There is always a flip side for anything in the world. Remember this. Great experience is great. But sanskaras are also there. Yeah. Bound to be. Yeah. So what happens with those samskaras? He says, okay. Beg your pardon? Yeah.
So the thing is,
All the?
all the experiences,
Yeah.
they build samskaras.
Hmm.
That is all through karma.
All?
All happens through karma.
No, all that is not karma. It is a residual of karma in your mind.
So residual of karma or karma.
Yeah.
The moksha we say is only through jnana.
Yeah. Moksha only through jnanam, correct?
The duality is my experience, but I am getting knowledge.
Yeah.
So I can be studying all my life, and my experience is still, there will be a bridge. So
That's why.
I need the experiences to grow. Means I cannot say that knowledge is the ultimate.
That is exactly what he's saying here. So what he's saying here is, in Nididhyasana, what you do is, look at it, that Chittasya Vishayebhyaha Apakarsha. The samskara will pull your mind to all those Vishayas. That will prevent the Jnana Nishta. Okay? That will prevent the Jnana Nishta. So if your mind is being pulled into all these things, in Nididhyasana, what you do? You reverse the process. Apakarshebhyaha Atma Vishya ka Stairya Anukula Manasa Vyapara. You root that mind in the knowledge. Make a Rasgulla. Let the old samskaras go and that knowledge flow through. One second. Remember the Gita verse. Huh? You need karma. Of course you need karma. You can't come to Vedanta without having done some karma. Yeah.
No, but this thing,
Okay.
Jnanam is enough. See, the debate is only
One second. What is your argument? What is your point? There are samskaras, correct? There are samskaras. So, how are you going to remove the samskaras?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, when we say that Jnanam is necessary, Jnanam is the only step for moksha.
Now, so you gained jnanam through shravanam?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the problem is coming. Shravanam, you got the vision. But before the vision can settle down into you and gain the nishtha, your mind is being pulled because of all these.
Yeah.
Therefore, nididhyasanam.
Yeah, so then we cannot claim only Jnanam is enough for
One
moksha.
second. We'll come to that. Relax. Step by step. Step by step. Yeah. Because samskaras are there. And how are you going to remove the samskaras? You cannot remove the samskaras. How will they go? Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjyam. Vishaya will go. You can prevent yourself from doing it now. Like my friend. You all know him, Uday Acharya. Great singer. Actually, he was born to be a musician. The samskaras are very high. Okay? He will hear a raga and repeat it. Just once he has to hear. Just once. Can you imagine being able to repeat a new raga that you have not heard before? With one listening, he can repeat it. He stopped singing. He said, people are coming to me only for my singing. No. For years he didn't sing. But the rasa, the talent is there in him. Then he started singing again, it came to him. Thoda voice was rusty a bit, few days and he was fine. So the rasa is there, you can't remove that. Some need not be removed. Like the talent for music, do you have to remove that? No. I have a strong samskara of martial arts. Strong. Do you have to remove that? You have to remove it only if it opposes your knowledge. बहुत दिन से किसको मारा नहीं है अभी किसको पकड़ के मारे That is not martial arts samskara. That is aggressive behavior samskara. A martial artist is not aggressive. No soldier, even a soldier, modern soldier, is coming back from the front. He is happy in his village to be at peace. 1 month break. I will spend a time with my wife and kids and things like that. After 1 week, he doesn't say, "Arey, koi Chinese, goli nahi mara, abhi kisko goli maru?" That is not the samskara. Those type of activities don't create that samskara. Okay, don't create. Yeah, those training can make you a very deadly machine. A human machine can make you. Yes, that is true. That much is true. But the samskara is not like that because the samskara is different. Duty orientation, only against an invader, things like that. So there is a lot of things. If those values are not put into a martial art training, then problems come up. But if those values are there, the samskaras are removed. Similarly, once you start coming to Vedanta, Ishvara Arpanam and Prasada Buddhi tone down all the samskaras. Too much of witnessing is not good. You know why? No samskaras, no learning also. You know, the Buddhist thing, just witness everything you do. Yeah, at certain level of functioning, there's a very high level of functioning. The samurai warriors or Vajramushti warriors, all of them had that at some level. But if you are going through life, always witnessing. No samskaras, correct. Where is your learning? You need some life experiences to grow. That growth doesn't happen, maturity doesn't happen. Then I believe me, that knowledge which could have happened 10 years will take 30 years. I have seen people like this, very innocent characters coming to study Vedanta. Very early. Very early. 18, 19, they join an ashram. Okay, today by 18, 19, you can get some experiences in life. But these characters became very innocent. Yeah. Then, maturity is not there. All the Shastra they have got. But the maturity to make that as your own. When you're talking about samsara, what samsara are you talking about? Kya dekha hai? Never fallen in love, doesn't know what a relationship is about. Have you seen the bliss and the agony of the relationship? You've not seen that. Have you understood another human being? No. Then how will you make Vedanta understood to your students? You may have understood it, but understanding is not in depth. You will make it academic. I've seen people like this doing it, making it academic. Yeah. I know one character, that's why Pariksha Lokan, exactly. Pariksha Lokan is necessary because of that. In fact, one 19-year-old came and joined the ashram. Swamiji accepted him. Yes, after that, he comes and tells me, Swamiji, I want to take some sannyasa. I said, good. But problem hai. I said, I know. Your sexuality, this, that, etc. is a problem. How do you know? Idiot, you never fell in love before you came to the ashram. How do you, is not going to be there. Go, fall in love and come back. Exactly what I told him. I said, make it clear to the girl, you are not looking for anything permanent and things like that. Don't hurt a girl. That's not the right thing to do. You are not yet a sannyasi, so it's okay. Go. Should have done it before joining the ashram. But didn't do it before, then what to do? And he wants to take sannyasa on top of it. Not ready. Not ready. Can you not get ready without that? You can. You can. I can give you exercises, physical, mental, everything I can give. It will take you 20 years. Whereas this can be taken care of in 6 months. Now, what do you want? 6 months to a year or 20 years? You take your choice. I know both ways. Samjhi, how do you know both ways? Dunya dekha hai iske liye. Pariksha Lokan has been done well. Both sides I have seen. Yeah.
Swamiji, I have something to say what she says. I have something to say.
Yeah.
So she says that how can Dhanena moksha can happen. So what I am saying, whether I'm right or wrong,
Yeah.
I don't know. So if we have a lot of samskaras, lot of impressions, lot of samskaras, and through Vidyasan we can.
Yeah.
Because we also have a samskara that aham brahmasmi.
Exactly.
And that samskara is there, and that samskara is being suppressed by
All the other samskaras, exactly. Yeah.
So that is why Shravana is the only way to
Yeah.
moksha, because it is a praptasya.
Yes. That's why a lot of nididhyasana will be necessary. The more samskaras you have, more nididhyasana necessary. Now, that nididhyasana can be backed up with your breathing practices and things like that. But only breathing practices will not help it, okay? All the breathing practices, what it will do is churn your mind a bit, bring it all up to the surface. Then you still have to deal with it. You still have to deal with it. If you have a lot of samskaras, then a lot of meditation. You can't, there's no other way. Because the samskaras break the pattern of thinking. See, the samskaras create a habitual pattern of thinking in your mind. When you sit quiet, what do you think about? Watch your mind a bit. Next time, sometime during the day, just sit down. You're not watching TV, you're just sitting down. You're not meditating also. You're sitting down with a cup of tea. Where does your mind go? That's your samskaras. Where does your mind go randomly? Kidhar jata hai? Wherever it is going, the samskaras taking you there, here, there, here. Yeah. That's how it is. That is why the first disturbance that comes up in meditation is what? Vikshepa. Na? The most common disturbances in meditation is either nidra, sleep, or vikshepa disturbances. Where is the vikshepa coming up from? Samskaras. So you are handling your samskaras there. And look at it. Samskaras are created by karma, which is based on mithya. This is what Falguni was saying. Samskaras are based on karma, which is mithya. Whereas jnanam is based on reality, satyam. So which will be stronger? Which will be stronger? Something based on mithya or something based on jnanam? On satyam? Satyam will be stronger. So thus is Prabhalam. It is not that I had lifetimes of samskaras, therefore I have to spend lifetimes of meditation. No, this is far stronger. For a few years, take care of. Few years, maybe. It can be few days, it can be few years. How do I know what your samskaras are? Unless you come and tell me. You are supposed to know what your samskaras are, okay? If you don't, sit down and find out. What is it that you are attracted to? What is it that you are denying? Sometimes, if there is a samskara comes up very differently. It comes up in the form of disowning things. No, I can't stand violence. It's a disowned part of yours. I can't stand it. Why? Why you can't stand violence? It's a samskara. It's born of a samskara of you have disowned it. Either you faced too much of this, or you had too much of ahimsa pushed into your mind, inappropriate. Something is there. Disowned part of yourself. Or you are attracted to something strongly. You don't do it, but you are attracted to it. I like a lot of action movies. What do you do in your life? Nothing. Disowned part, you are getting attracted to. So that lack of physical activity in your life is what you are disowned. That's why you are getting attracted to that. So it functions, yeah. Yeah. See,
But so Swamiji, then our say in Vedanta that Jnanam gives you moksha.
Jnanam leads to moksha for a prepared mind. Your mind has to be prepared.
Then that means the karmataka party, right? That is what they are saying. No, Jnanam plus karma is.
Correct.
Right, no?
Moksha is only by jnanam. And who is the adhikari for jnanam? Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati. All that is what? Taking care of all this, na? Titiksha, Samadhanam, Shraddha. All this is taking care of your samskaras and things like that. Samadhamma is all samskara oriented, na? What about that? Uparati, that inner quietude that you are getting, where your samskaras are no more pulling you here and there. If you are such a person, then Shravana Matram. You don't need anything else. Yeah. But we are not like that. We don't come to Vedanta with all that Uparati and everything. Kidhar hai?
Argument I lost with a friend.
Huh?
This was the argument which I lost with a friend.
Yeah, of course it means a lot.
Karma and Jnanam. Ne apne kariye khali Jnanam.
No, karma and jnana samuchaya, not chronologically. What Shankara
See.
says is not together. It's a sequence. First karma and then this. Whereas the karmata says both together. That is the delta.
Jnana karma samuchaya means that for the sake of knowledge, you have to do Shravanam, combine it with some karma. No. Chittasya shuddhaye karma, natu vastu upalabdhaye. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Karma is meant for purifying your mind. Vastu siddhi vicharena. By vichara shravana nidya. Vastu siddhi vicharena. Natu karma koti bihi. That's also very clear. Very clear it is. All this is only to get your, what is nididhyasnam? Something you are doing, no? Your choice and will is involved in it. Taking care of the samskara. See, your karma yoga buddhi should have taken care of it. It has not. Uparati should have taken care of it, but it has not. Then you need more of nididhyasanam. So that's why I'm saying you have your disowned self also. You took off from there. Where I am leading a sedentary life, this, that, etc. There is an attraction towards action, but I have disowned that in my life. Therefore, I will get it vicariously through books, movies, etc.
So now all these games now, these are all this only kind of
Exactly.
because there is no.
Yeah. All these games that you play. Yeah. I'm a great martial artist here on the game. Two-thumb martial artist. Yeah. It's okay, some vicariously it's getting taken care of. Acha hi hai. Yeah, you're saying?
In the Gita, you have always been saying, been there, done that,
Hmm.
and taking a hard look at your life is the summary of all this.
Yeah,
Unless and until you don't do that,
exactly.
then this will
थोड़ा कुछ हाँ दुनिया देखना चाहिए. Otherwise you will struggle in this life. Guaranteed. You will struggle. You will get it, but you will struggle. Forget this. Okay. I have seen in mathas where people go very early to become sadhus. Very early they go. 8 years. I am against that. Okay. Personally, I am very much against that. Okay. Mathas still do it, that's a different thing. But I am against that. 8 years, 9 years they are taken, brought up in orthodoxy by the Pandits. Even mother's love is not there because parents are not allowed to come every time and see. Then the child will want to go back home. Maturity doesn't happen, it takes 30, 40 years. I knew one Mahatma who realized that he had not seen enough life. You know what he did? I respect him a lot. He, in southern India, he is considered next to Ramana. Okay? Chandrasekhara Bharati of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam. He started studying French. He studied photography and he went about, meaning some involvement in life. Can you imagine? Yeah, French क्यों पढ़ने का, Sanskrit है ना अपना language. I did it before in school. Because he felt the need of exposure for the sake of his own maturity. I respect him for that. Otherwise you struggle. You went at 8, 9. But the time you get rooted in the knowledge, you are 60 and your successor is already appointed. 60, 70 तक ही rootedness आ जाता है. Why? Because this is a problem. But if you get maturity, the problem of samskaras are we human beings are meant to be losers, okay? Either way, you have a problem. So without all the samskaras bringing up, nahi hota hai, maturity doesn't come. Okay, as a mature person you are coming, then samskaras come with you. You have to take care of it. So an ideal in between is to have some exposure to life through karma yoga buddhi. See, this is the key. This is the secret in the whole of life. Experience life with karma yoga buddhi. Then maturity comes, samskaras are reduced. There, they can udna nahi hai. You grow out of the whole thing. Because prasada buddhi, Ishvara arpanam is there. Na? So, you grow out of it. So, if you do it that way, get involved in life. You can't say, Ishvara arpanam prasada buddhi. What are you doing? Nothing, sitting at home. What Ishvara arpanam prasada buddhi is there? No, get involved in life with Ishvara arpanam and prasada buddhi. Yeah. Because life will teach you. You will have difference of agreements with people. You will have fights. You will have arguments. You think we teachers don't have arguments? Last 1 week on the WhatsApp group is only messages. We should send a letter to Modi. We should send a letter to government. We should not do that. We should make public statements. This, that, all. Arshavani, are you a member of that Arshavani? All this going on. We also have all that because opinions can be different. Na? This is Vyavahara. So opinions can be different. Yeah. So sometimes I'll put a comment just to give it a little direction. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah. That's where the whole thing comes. Life teaches you, matures you out. Flip side, samskaras. So if you live a life of karma yoga, samskaras are minimalistic. They are there, but minimalistic. Otherwise, there will be more samskaras. Samji, I went through life, but no samskaras. Did you face challenges? Did you grow? Have you gained a certain level of maturity? Or were you a drifter in life? You know, that's important. Are you a drifter in life? Yeah.
Samskaras are same as subconscious mind. Samskaras are same as subconscious mind.
Conscious, subconscious, both. The subconscious samskaras are called kashayas. Called kashayas. They have gone deep down, you have buried it nicely. So when you quieten your mind in Nididhyasanam, they will come up. Sometimes it may be from previous lifetimes samskaras can come up. Because it's not your only lifetime. I lived lifetime before. So samskaras can come up from there. So somebody wrote years ago, this was some 20 years back, meditation can increase suicidal tendencies. The psychologist wrote like that. Why? Because 2 Buddhist monks in Sri Lanka committed suicide. They were living a life of meditation and they committed suicide. And then the senior monk said, yeah, they had come and talked to me about a lot of the samskaras that they are coming up. So they may have been shocked by the samskaras that came up. Sexuality issues. And in Buddhism, this thing, that whole question of being brahmacharya, etc. is high. Even in our some traditions, brahmacharya is very high. Some higher, some less high. So, guilt. How can I have such thoughts? Thoughts ye na mithya hai. Deal with it. Mithya thoughts, deal with in the mithya. They would know they felt the thing. Or they must, some past life memories may have come up. I was a killer, a rapist in my past lifetime. Past lifetime, nah. This lifetime you're okay, na? What are you getting upset about? Deal with that. Whatever samskaras are there, deal with that. You're not the same person. So, kashaya will come up. When you quieten your mind, only then the kashaya will come up. It can also come up as dreams. If it's a repeated dream, pay attention to what you have to deal with. If it's a repeated dream. Any stray dream, don't keep on thinking about it. Oh, that's overthinking. But if consistently a dream is being repeated, your mind is trying to send you a message. There is some kashaya inside. Yeah. So all this vipirita samskara only. Samskaras which are blocking you from gaining the knowledge. A knowledge for music, unless it's blocking you. Like it happens sometimes in Matanga, you know. The attendance in the class depends upon what is happening in Shanmukhananda. It's a good music program, etc. Some of the characters are missing. Yes, then that samskara is a block. How do you manage it? With discipline. ठीक है, record सुनेगा, class में आ जाओ. नहीं, class record सुनेगा, उधर जाएगा. Once in a way, yes, hear the recording in the class, go for the program. I can understand that. Because you are not full-timers. Okay, I can understand. Once in a way. Yeah. But every Friday is Matanga class and every Friday there is something great in Shanmukhananda. Learn from the students in Chennai. Chennai, every day there will be something. But Paramarthananda, the class goes full. Why? Committed students. They're committed students. Yeah. Students are committed. Good. So that type of commitment you need to have for Vedanta. That is another way of handling the samskaras. Yeah, another way of handling. Samskaras will come, you prevent it from interfering in your life. Therefore, Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjyam. It leaves his rasa behind. Rasam api param drishtva nivartate. Once you have seen the higher, nivartate. Oops. Okay.
Swamiji.
Yeah?
During our course, Puja Swamiji,
Yeah?
he missed one of his
Lectures.
because he wanted to see one interesting match.
In?
Interesting match.
Match. At Swami's level it is okay. At his level it is okay. Yeah. Okay. So think about it, that through meditation you take care of this karke. Okay. Manasa Vyapara. Okay. Then the Bhamati school will come up. That we will see next class. Okay. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.